Join us as we delve into a camping trip that started off as a simple getaway but took an unexpected turn into the mysterious and unbelievable. Our intrepid group, comprised of two couples, Michael and Sarah, and Brian and Michelle, ventured into the Hocking Hills of Ohio for a weekend filled with camaraderie and outdoor exploration. The first night was calm as the group set up their tents, kindled a crackling fire, and savored some s'mores. The stars above seemed to promise a tranquil night in the midst of nature. The following morning, the group embarked on a hiking adventure to a picturesque lake. After a refreshing swim, the two ladies, Michelle and Sarah, decided to bask in the sun on the clearing by the water. However, their tranquility was shattered when a thump echoed behind them. Confused, not seeing anything, they brushed it off until a large rock landed between them. Panic set in as they scanned the surroundings, unable to spot anyone responsible for the bizarre incident. Resolute but cautious, the group decided to head back to camp. En route, a loud crack and the sound of wood splintering heightened their unease. As they got close to their tents, their path became strewn with items from their campsite, leading them to speculate about an unwelcome visitor, a bear. Slowly and quietly, they returned to their campsite to find their tents miraculously untouched. However, Michael and Sarah's tent emitted a foul smell and had dirt and grass in the bottom, while Brian and Michelle's shelter remained unscathed. Puzzled, they debated whether a bear or something more mysterious had disturbed their camp. That night, the group decided to stay in Brian and Michelle's tent due to the unbearable stench in the other tent. As midnight approached, strange noises and howls filled the air. Pebbles and twigs rained down on the tent intermittently throughout the night, prompting the decision to relocate come morning. After a quick breakfast, the group found a new campsite. Leaving Brian and Michelle behind to secure the site, Michael and Sarah headed back to gather their belongings. After making sure the small fire was out and putting the tents in the car, they were gathering up the loose items on the ground when they were met with a barrage of rocks and twigs showering them. Sarah looked up in the direction the debris was coming from and discovered a dark figure behind a tree. Sarah's scream drew Michael's attention, but by the time he looked, the figure had stepped out of sight. He started toward the location of her sighting, but she grabbed his arm and told him they should just go now. They have everything. He looked again, still not seeing anything, deciding she was right. Once in the SUV, he told her he was going to take her back to the other site so they could work on getting it set up, and he would come back with Brian to look around for the pranksters. She protested, but he said they would be fine and quick. After arriving back at the campsite, Michael went back to the location of Sarah's sighting. At first, he didn't see anything until he took a couple of steps away from the clearing. He looked down at a massive footprint in the mud, a footprint too large for a human. Yelling for Brian to come check it out, they smelled an overwhelming odor, and as they looked up, about 60 feet away, they witnessed a colossal, dark-haired creature about 8 feet tall. A Sasquatch. Terrified, they ran back to the car and a chase ensued. Reaching the car, Michael and Brian got in and started, but the Sasquatch grabbed the passenger side door and ripped it off as they were pulling away. Panic set in as they sped away, praying to reach safety. Realizing they were getting further away from the following Bigfoot, Brian pulled out his cell phone, hoping to snap a picture of the beast. The creature's howl echoed behind them, and they vowed to leave the Hocking Hills immediately. Back at the new campsite, the guys hastily explained the encounter to the women, who were in disbelief. The missing car door was a stark reminder of the night's terror. Brian tried showing the photo, but the blurry figure only added to the mystery. Faced with skepticism from their insurance company, the group grappled with the reality of their encounter with the elusive Sasquatch. The Hocking Hills, once a serene retreat, had transformed into a place of mystery and intrigue, leaving our adventurers questioning the boundaries between myth and reality. A camping trip gone awry, filled with strange occurrences and a brush with the legendary Sasquatch. If you enjoyed this tale, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your own eerie camping stories in the comments below. Thank you for watching.